So now we're going to go from the SPSS output to estimating willingness to pay with the Turnbull. So on the screen right now is the SPS output with the bid amount, the $5, $20, $35, and $50 suggested donation for the Red Drum stocking program. And at each of those bids, we have the number of yes responses when yes equals 1, and the number of no responses when yes equals 0, and then the total responses. And below the numbers are the percentages. And we have these cross tabulations for people who target Red Drum and for people who don't target Red Drum. So people who don't target Red Drum are the zeros, and people who do target Red Drum are the ones. So to transfer that to the Turnbull, for Turnbull estimation, you graph those numbers with the bid amount on the horizontal axis. That's not right. With the bid amount on the vertical axis and the percentage of yes votes or for votes or however that variable is defined on the vertical axis. So let's do the Turnbull for those who target Red Drum first. So the highest bid is $50, and then we have bids of 35, 20, and 5. At a bid of $5, the people who target Red Drum come in at a percentage yes of 0.78. So there's a rectangle. When the bid is 20, the percentage of yes responses is 54. And technically, if we're defining the vertical axis as percentage yeses, then these numbers on the vertical axis are whole numbers. So 78% yes, 54% yes when the bid goes to 20. When the bid goes to 35, we're at 43% yes. And when the bid is 50, we're at 39% yes. So if you look at these dots, the relationship between the bid amount and the percentage yes is negative, which indicates that the survey respondents are rational when faced with higher cost. So the Turnbull willingness to pay estimator is the area underneath these rectangles. So we are going to calculate the area of these different rectangles that I'm shading in right now with these nice colors. Okay, so the Turnbull willingness to pay is going to be equal to the yellow plus the green plus the blue plus the purple pink rectangles. So we'll call that, let's call that Turnbull willingness to pay. And that's going to be equal to the base times the height of each rectangle. So at a bid of $5, we're going to multiply that by 0.78. And that would be the area of the yellow rectangle. at a bid of $20. The percentage yes, or the yes responses, come in at 0.54. So that second parenthetical is the green rectangle. Okay, we're going to add that to the blue rectangle, which is $35. Oh, and I've already messed up. That 20 should be 15, because 15 is the base of the rectangle. Okay, the blue rectangle, the base is again 15. So 15 times 0.43 gives us the area of the blue rectangle. And then the purple rectangle, the base is again 15. And we'll multiply that by 0.39. Okay, so now I need my calculator. 0.78 times 5 equals 3.9. .54 times 15 equals 8.1. 0.43 times 15 equals 6.45, and 0.39 times 15 equals 5.85. Then adding those together, 3.9 plus 8.1 plus 6.45 plus 5.85 equals 24.3, and that is the willingness to pay for the Red Drum stocking program for people who target Red Drum. So now I want to do the same calculation for people who do not target Red Drum. So the bid amounts are the same, 20, 5, 20, 35, and 50. But the percentage of yes responses are lower because these are people who do not fish. When they fish, they don't try to catch Red Drum. And so it makes sense that they're willing to pay less for a Red Drum stocking program. So the percentage yeses go from 0.43 to 0.28 to 0.13 to, and then back up to 0.19. So the rectangles look like that. So this time, if we connect the dots, then we get a nice downward sloping demand curve up to the bid of 35, but then the demand curve slopes upward to the bid of 50. And this isn't too troubling because we're using small samples. The sample size at a bid of 35 is 24, and a bid of 50 is 21. So these, if you like your statistics, these percentages are not going to be statistically different for those. But for the purposes of this exercise, we are going to ignore that slight problem and just calculate the Turnbull willingness to pay underneath these rectangles. if we were doing this for policy analysis, there's ways of smoothing the percentage of yeses at bids where the demand curve begins to slope up. We pool the bids and calculate the percentage yes at a pooled bid, and it would slope downward. Okay, so the Turnbull willingness to pay is equal to the area underneath those triangles. So I'm going to pull up my calculator. And calculate each of the area for each of those rectangles. And then adding those together is going to give me the Turnbull willingness to pay. So the willingness to pay is $11.15 for people who do not target red drum. Contrast that with the willingness to pay of 24.3 for people who do target red drum. So the result of this research is that people who do target red drum are willing to pay more than people who don't target red drum. We might interpret the $24.3 as a use value and the 11.15 as a non-use or existence value.